Warning: the following video will contain mentions of racism, Nazism, and violence against persons at prayer. If that's not your thing, but you'd still like to see the video, mute the audio and take care of yourself. Hello again, it's me, Ray, and welcome to another video. Now, as you can probably tell by the thumbnail and title, today we're talking about PewDiePie, the ChristChurch shootings, and accountability. In case you were not aware, on March 15th, a white supremacist and right-wing extremist shot at innocent people while they were at prayer at their place of worship. As I am a deeply religious person myself, this act of terror is deeply upsetting and makes me extremely nauseous. At the latest count, 49 people are dead from the senseless act of violence. 49 innocent people who were just praying, just worshiping the God that the three Abrahamic religions worship. This disgusting excuse for a human legally got a gun license, legally bought guns, and then used those guns to gun down people at their most vulnerable. And then he live streamed it. He put it on the internet for people to watch in first person. He also released a manifesto that I've not been able to get my hands on as of the time of writing the script and recording, so I really can't tell you what was in it. But I have been told, and I have read from many sources, that this murderer told people to subscribe to PewDiePie. This is something that should not come as a subscribe to anyone. But Ray, you say, Pewds is so cool, and you're just an artist who lip smacks in their videos. Whether or not he is cool is up for debate, and my lip smacking has nothing to do with this. But Ray, you say, the shooter was just trying to sow more hatred towards Pewds. Doubtful. PewDiePie himself has a history of behaviors that coincide with the shooter's beliefs and values. For those of you who don't know, PewDiePie is one of the most popular YouTubers on the platform. His first name is Felix, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name as I'm sure I'll end up butchering it. He has over 80 million subscribers, and that's a lot of people. He does a lot of video game Let's Plays and comedy skits, so even if he wasn't a likely right-wing extremist, I wouldn't be a fan, as that's not the kind of content I enjoy. He started doing vlogs in recent years that people have received as genuine, if abrasive and slightly grating. However, these vlogs have begun to expose his habit of being anti-Semitic. While he defends his comments as jokes, his tone suggests otherwise. I like to think of him as a conventionally attractive Len of Dunham when it comes to his delivery of offensive jokes. I'll link Ready to Glare's videos on Dunham in the description box alongside my sources on PewDiePie. So back to the anti-Semitism. He's had anti-Semitism or Nazi imagery in at least 9 videos, 3 of which have since been removed. And while he's been quoted as saying that comedy is no place for politics, he's dead wrong. Comedy always has and always will be political in some way, shape, or form. There's a reason why kings had jesters in their courtroom. And while he says he does not support right-wing factions or groups, they sure do support him. Maybe because he has also been filmed saying the N-word with a hard R. Like the N-word with the last letter being an A or a soft R is bad enough when said by someone not black, but when it ends with a hard R, that's a hard no from me, dude. That is straight up racist. And his defense that it was an accident is bullcrap. Words don't just slip out unless they're an established part of your vocabulary. But this is where we bring in accountability. If I found out that, say, the KKK enjoyed my videos, I'd comb through my videos to find out why, publicly renounce the KKK, and then change the stuff that made them like my content. It's that simple. But Felix hasn't done anything else than publicly renounce those type of people. He's changed nothing. Because here's my 2 theories. 1, he's one of those people who thinks that any fame and attention is good fame and attention. Or 2, he may actually be a racist right-winger person, which is something that I think is really likely. And with a mostly younger audience, his words and actions leave lasting impact upon his viewers, and not necessarily in a positive or productive way. So accountability. When a person who murdered 49 people and injured many more references you during his murderous rampage, that is a sure sign that either you need to change or that maybe you've already done lasting damage and it might be too late to make a significant change. In either case, he needs to be held accountable. But Ray, you say, a YouTuber can't hold the entire weight of this on his shoulders. But here's the thing. I'm focusing on PewDiePie because he's a YouTuber and I'm a YouTuber. And I'm realizing that name dropping him is going to get me a lot of negative attention that I don't want. But I also think that this is something that's not been addressed enough. And it's something that likely will continue to not be addressed enough. I'm calling attention to Felix because he's not a news anchor. He's not a politician. He's not someone who is unlikely to see this, even on their periphery. But he is someone with an impressionable audience, someone who needs to do better. People can, will, and do change. I myself was once a right-winger, a person who was transphobic and homophobic and racist. But as I got older, as I matured, I learned that that's not the way that good people act, and that I don't want to act like that. I learned that I want to be a good and kind and loving person, and I unlearned a lot of stuff that my parents taught me. Felix, PewDiePie, if you're watching this, know that I know you can change. And that I hope you do. But the first step to change is holding yourself accountable for the impressions that you leave, for the messages that you send. To say, hey, yeah, there's a valid reason why that ChristChurch dude followed me, but I'm going to actively work to change, to act in a way that is funny, in a non-offensive way, to actively decry those harmful acts and behaviors and attitudes. To continue to do this until he and his ilk find my channel as disgusting and distasteful as people of color and Jewish people and people on the left find me now. But for now, I'll be leaving my sources below, as well as some links on what New Zealand has done in the aftermath to try and prevent a further catastrophe like this. Know that I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.